Hi everyone, welcome to Board of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tier 5 British medium tank, the Sherman 3. This is a pretty new line. It's a tank that I've never driven, but Subjugation from RNG clan. He loves it. Have a look at it. It's a funny looking tank, if you ask me. He's got a couple of marks of excellence on the end of his barrel, and it looks like he's firing, as I change the angle a little bit, looks like it's a bit of a derp gun, this. And it's a little bit shorter than you would expect on a tank that size. And this is going to be a little bit of derp action in the Sherman 3. He's platooning with his old mates Hell Fury and Wolf Z88 from RNG clans as well. And they're on steps. And they're lucky enough to be top tier in this game. Subjugation's going down the eastern flank, which is probably generally where most of the action happens. But if you look at the mini-map, not many of his teammates are following. Gets a shot off on the T80, the Tier 4 Russian light tank. Loads another shell just in time to pick up his first kill. Not a bad start at all. Now this is the tank I really don't know much about. I never had it. I didn't go through this line to get to the newer tank destroyers that are on the British line. But the more I look, the more I read about these mid-tier, medium British tanks, the more I think they're pretty good. He's just doing a little bit of sniping at the moment, just sort of kicking back. He knows that not many of his tanks have gone this far, and that's probably the right thing to do. He doesn't want to go charging in all half-cocked unless it's a high armour type tank, which I'm tipping it's not. Not many of the Shermans. The Shermans the American Shermans can bounce a few shots, but they probably not the most heavily armoured tanks in the game, that's for sure. Now he's moving down the sort of the top end of the eastern flank. His team's down by a tank. His other platoon mates have gone the other side, which is sort of where the heavies often go. He's pinging the blokes who are behind him to try and help. And it looks like they're up against the Churchill as well as the T-34, which are also top tier tanks in this game. So he doesn't want to throw too much of his health away early. You can see he's only got 465 hit points, which I think is on the low side for Tier 5. Similar amount of hit points to that T-34, but that Churchill's going to take a bit of killing. The Churchill's got a pretty good armour. The M5A1 Stewart has seen the low health light tank and gone absolutely YOLO, and he's probably not going to last there too much longer. But Subjugation takes the opportunity to get rid of the T-34 and put some shots into the Churchill while the Churchill's focusing on that. Well, the Churchill's focusing on that low health light tank, the Stewart, who went absolutely cocoa bananas. Subjugation has taken advantage of the distraction and he's taken out the Churchill as well as assisted in getting rid of that T-34. Very unlucky not to kill that Bishop. He leaves the Bishop on 1 hit point. The Bishop shoots and misses, so that gives him enough time to aim. Unfortunately, you can see that the aim, it's not the most accurate tank in the game. But he picks up his 3rd kill by taking out the Bishop. And now his team are winning 8-6. You can see his Subjugation's already picked up 1,000 hit points of damage, which isn't too bad at all at Tier 5. And he's heading straight towards the enemy flag. But now, when you look at the mini-map, those lights have all headed straight up the guts. Now he wants to get rid of this little Tier 3 artillery, which he does with 1 shot, confirming his 4th kill. And he's looking around, you can see he's got the Marder and the Panzer 4D. The Panzer 4D's Tier 5, the Marder's a Tier 3. He's choosing to go after the low tier tank first. He's obviously talking to his platoon mates. His platoon mates obviously have said, we'll go back and reset the cap. You want to get rid of these smaller tanks. The Looks did land a few shots on him, but Looks being the Looks, didn't really do much damage. Picks up a ram kill by killing the Looks. Unfortunately, he gets gets damage to his ammo rack, but he fixes it pretty quickly with his repair kit. And he's looking for his top gun. He wants to get rid of that Panzer 4D to pick up his top gun, but the Panzer 1C looks like he's coming around behind him, looking at the mini-map. No idea where the martyr is. There he is. But the tank he wants to get rid of. Don't worry about the tier 3s. Get rid of this tier 4 first. His mates are heading straight towards him, and there's the Derp. 241 hit points to kill the Panzer 4D and pick up his 6th kill. Confirms the top gun, and now he's just looking for cream on top of the cake as he looks for the martyr. He's already picked up 1,650 hit points. Can he add to it? He can. Makes it nearly 1,700 hit points, as well as 7 kills, which is an absolute ripper. Panzer 1C, the only way he's going to be able to get to that Panzer 1C is if the Panzer 1C is heading his way. It is a pretty quick little tank from memory. And he's searching for that last kill. Hell Fury's heading straight up the 8 line as well, and Wolf's at his T1 heavy, sort of trying to cut it off around here. It's got to be around here somewhere. Doesn't look like it's down there. Maybe it's, I don't know if it's camoed up at A8. And at this point in the game, when you've got all the tanks to the left is Subjugation in his pretty slow medium tank, and the rest are all slow lumbering heavies. The guy that just put that in the chat to Cap, it's probably not a bad idea, because that Panzer 1C is going to have a much better camo rating than any of the tanks that are running around looking for him. And if he finds a bush, he could probably hide. He's getting up to 40 k's an hour in the Sherman. I'm not sure exactly how fast the Panzer 1C goes. It probably, maybe a little bit quicker than that. And look at where all the friendly tanks are. They've got most of the map covered. You'd think they'd be able to round him up pretty soon. But in any case, whether they find him or not, it's irrelevant. Subjugation has had an absolute ripper of a game at tier 5 with nearly 1,700 damage. And of course he's picked up 7 kills, which is an absolute ripper. He's badly wants to get his 8th kill to pick himself up a Radley Walters. It's just whether or not he can find him. He's been spotted, so maybe he can find him around here. This replay is taken from 9.15, and that's why the bloke on the other side has been able to make the comment to the enemy to Subjugation's team. Looks like he's trying to get rid of him. And Hell Fury takes him out, confirming the last kill of the match and winning comfortably at 15-9. As we look at the post-game battle results, it's a mastery tank, ace tanker for Subjugation in his little Sherman 3. Picked up a bruiser badge for doing a bit of crew and module damage. Duelist, fire for effect, the high caliber, and of course the coveted top gun for picking up 6 kills. Unlucky not to get his 8th kill, but I've got a feeling it doesn't really matter at tier 5. But here they go. That platoon absolutely carried that game. Nearly 1,700 hit points of damage for Subjugation, 1,205 base experience and 7 kills. And Hell Fury and Wolves doing their part of the game as well, picking up 12 or 1,300 damage between them. You can see Subjugation fired 13 shots, 11 of them hit, and they all did damage, which is why he picked up the mastery badge. Not a bad profit either at tier 5, 33,000 bottom line profit in the quick little game in the Sherman 3. A tank that I've never ever played, but it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Thanks very much for sending this replay in, Subjugation. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.